And we are back on PJ Sports Talk, the place to be every Saturday at noon. And I'm interviewing Jody Hennigar. And you were inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. And I have a couple questions here for you. Can you tell us about your dramatic home run in the championship game of 1992 in the ISF World Series and leading Team Canada to the gold medal in Manila, Philippines, in front of 10,000 spectators?
It was pretty special moment for me. I was not actually playing in the game at the time, and I was just in there for a designated hitter role. And we were getting shot out 3-0 by a great pitcher named Chub Tangaroa. And it got late in the game, and I think we had 2 runners on. It was probably the first 2 runners that we actually had on. And they brought me in for a pinch hit, and got deep in the count, and he threw me a pitch, and I drove it into the center field, into the bleachers and that. And it was pretty special for me, and that tied the game, and then we went on to win it in I think the 9th inning. So it was pretty special.
And what did Rod Peterson of the Madison, Wisconsin Farm Tavern team meant to you as a mentor, sponsor, friend, and a coach when they won 2 ISC World Club Championships together back in 1997 and again in 1999?
Rod was like a second father to me. He took me under his wing when I was young. I played a few years in Iowa way back in the mid-'80s, and that team had folded, and my sponsor at that time called up Rod Peterson and said, hey, you got to take this guy and take a chance on him. And I think I ended up playing him about 13 years for Rod. He was like a second father to me. He wasn't only the sponsor and coach, and we would hang out a lot, and it was just it was a great time of my life, and I love that guy, and he's a very special friend.
And can you tell us the story of how you ended up living in Clearwater, Florida, after having grown up in the frozen north of Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada, and what it was like to play for the Clearwater Bombers team that was the equivalent of the New York Yankees of fastball pitch?
Clearwater is great. I had played down here earlier in my career, I think in 1987. We come down actually to play the Bombers. I was playing up in Iowa at the time. And I just fell in love with Clearwater area, and I just thought, someday I'm going to move there. And in 1992, they called me just to come down and play for a summer, and I moved down here and never actually left. And it was just a great experience for me to come down here. And we had a great team that year, and it was just it was kind of like the New York Yankees, but we didn't win that year either, just like they didn't win this year.
Well, since you were probably the greatest player who combined elite-level pitching skills with world-class power hitting skills in one player, who did you admire most as a combination pitcher of the guys who you competed against?
Well, growing up in Canada, every pitcher actually hit. And then when we came to the States, a lot of the pitchers, they wouldn't let them hit. So there's a lot of good Canadian and New Zealand pitchers that actually hit. Brad Underwood comes to mind. He was a great one. He was a left-hander as well, and he was just a real tough out, and one of the best pitchers that I've ever seen. So he comes to mind. That was just a really, really good hitter.
And can you tell me about your friend Dave Blackburn?
Dave, I met Dave a long time ago when he started doing the webcast broadcasting on the internet at the ISC World Championship Games. It just seemed every time I'd see Dave, we'd start doing interviews on the internet, and every year it was just a lot of fun, and it was just a real special moment this year. We got inducted to the ISC Hall of Fame together. So it was just a great time in my life to meet Dave and to talk a lot of fast pitch. He loves the sport. I love the sport. And it was just he's just a great guy.
And we are talking with Jody Hennigar, and I'm PJ, and this is PJ Sports Talk, the place to be every Saturday at 12. And what was it like getting inducted into the Hall of Fame?
It's pretty special. I'm actually think I'm in 5 now. Over the last couple of years, I've been inducted to the ASA, the ISC, Nova Scotia Sports Hall of Fame, Softball Hall of Fame, and Softball Canada. So it's pretty special to do that with so many great players. It's hard to imagine when you look back at your career what you've actually accomplished, because while you're playing, you don't actually pay attention to a lot of that stuff. So when I reflect back, it's pretty special to be have my name with those great players as well.
And what's your most cherished memory from being inducted?
Ooh, that's a tough question. Just standing there on the podium and hearing people talk about you, you know, saying great things and just things that you don't think about, but other people are saying things about you was, you know, like Dave Blackburn made some real nice comments, and just how other people perceive you as a person and a player. And
are you a coach now?
Yes, I coach an 18 and under girls fast pitch team, the Florida Ultimate Gold. We're actually playing in a tournament just up the street right now. Got about 12 or 13 lovely young ladies who work hard, and what we try to do is get them scholarships in the college.
And does your team does your team do any charity stuff?
Well, we actually, we're based, we play a lot around the country. We fly all over the place and drive all over the place. So as far as like charity stuff and that, no, we don't. We just basically play in a lot of tournaments.
And what is the key to being a great softball player?
Heart and desire. You can't teach it. You can talk about it, but if you don't have it, that's the toughest part. You can be the most talented player out there, but if you don't have the heart and desire, people can see right through that, and that's probably the main thing.
And do you ever get back to Canada?
I've been back there probably about 6 years ago, so I don't get up there very often. I still got all my family living up there, but no, I haven't been up there in probably about 5 or 6 years.
And was it hard adjusting to Florida?
No, absolutely not. The winters are great down here, compared to up north with all the rain and wind and cold and snow and sleet. So coming down here is just, I like to golf, so my winters are spending a lot of time golfing.
And do you have any future goals?
Well, I'm just teaching a lot of softball right now, and I like to teach the girls and explain this game to them and try to make them good and try to get their dreams come true and to get into college, and start their new lives. That's kind of my goal right now, to get these girls into college.
And how can we connect with you?
You can punch my name in the internet. My telephone number will pop up everywhere. That's the easiest way to get a hold of me.
Cool. Well, it was nice interviewing you, and we'll be right back after these messages.